Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to the Sunshine State's only true sports talk radio show where we focus on the teams and the topics important to you, the sports fan in Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I am Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. That man right there is Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports media. Across the glass over there is the prodigy of production, prime time, Jaden Grimes. We are live in Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, all points in between on the iHeartRadio app. So we appreciate you listening to you. We have a lot to talk about today. It's a Champs and Chumps Monday. It's also a Rage Cage. All you Gator fans, FSU fans, Miami Hurricanes fans, Miami Dolphins fans, Jacksonville Jaguars fans, all of you can enter the Rage Cage today, Kravitz.
My entire afternoon for the next 3 hours is going to be a rage. I can promise you that. Yeah. What a horrible weekend for 95% of the state.
It was. Hey, at least UCF won. UCF and USF carrying the torch for the state of Florida.
Hey, the Bucks have a chance to bring us out of the mud tonight.
Absolutely. And let's not forget the Gators did win on Saturday.
Okay.
Although
let's relax on that.
Although they did fire their coach afterwards. They didn't deserve to win.
They got gift wrapped to win and then fired their coach. That's like the least winny win of all time.
Right. All right. We will get to Billy Napier getting fired at Florida and Mike Norvell not getting fired at Florida State coming up. But first, let's get to some NFL headlines, and highlights as well.
Between you and Jaden on Mondays cannot figure out, when we're not on the air yet, Jaden's attempt to say highlights and headlines is
highlights and headlines, headlights and highlights.
It's so bad every day.
It's the struggle of the week, really.
Yeah.
It's like Tua trying to complete a pass over the middle of the field.
It's like the Jaguars trying to stop Matt Stafford from completing touchdown passes. What a nightmare that was yesterday morning watching my Jaguars. Matt Stafford throws 5 touchdown passes, 3 to Devontae Adams, as the Rams embarrassed the Jaguars 35-7 in London. Here's a little Matt Stafford for you.
Matthew Stafford under center. Or the single back. Stands up, throws the fade. Right side, jump ball. Devontae does it again. Over the top of the outmatched defender. Matthews got 5. Devontae has a hat trick.
The Jaguars were pathetic. I mean, Matt Stafford's unbelievable. Devontae Adams, obviously, great game. But the Jaguars were pathetic yesterday. Trevor Lawrence was sacked 7 times. The Jaguars committed 13 penalties, 119 yards. Receivers were dropping passes. Lawrence was inaccurate on easy passes. The only bright spot was Travis Hunter catching his first touchdown pass in the NFL. Here's Liam Cohen, the head coach, after the game.
It's definitely frustrating, but you just like everybody else in there, you got to look inward first. Like, what am I doing as the head football coach that's not clear right now? How am I communicating these things? How are we practicing these things? That's what I've got to look at, right? I mean, I've got to look at the whole thing ultimately, but not going to stand up here and blame these players. It starts with me.
You said that last week, Liam. Now you're saying it again.
I mean, at some point, it's nice when – this is why I'm glad that we have a 3-hour talk show 5 days a week, because we can layer in extra context to these conversations, because it is a good leadership move, whether you're a quarterback, a coach, or a team captain, to say, hey, I got to look at myself first before you go pointing fingers, and you really shouldn't point fingers. But if that's all you say, then it does start to fall on some deaf ears. At some point, you got to wake the guys up by telling it like it is. So I think this is one of those situations now for Liam. You're starting to sound like ChatGPT is writing your post-game pressers.
Yeah. So, again, I forgive me a couple weeks ago for ripping you for being negative about the Jaguars. You were absolutely right. That Chiefs game was a fluke.
Can I give you the most damning stat for the Jags that goes back well before Liam Cohen became the head coach? The Jaguars, this is with Trevor Lawrence as the quarterback, when they don't force a turnover of their opponent, which they didn't on Sunday, they are 4-29 in those games since 2021.
Oh, my God. Wow. That is an indictment of the offense right there.
Yeah.
That is an indictment of the offense.
Without Puka Nacua, the Rams at will got up and down the field. Then that's on the defense, but then the offense not able to answer on the other side. That was just an all-around bad effort. It's on everybody.
The defense actually did get some stops in the second half, but the offense could do nothing with it. Nothing.
Yeah, got some stops that were down 21-0.
I know, but
It's
still.
easy to get stops when the offense is just parking the bus.
Okay, but still, the Jaguars offense had some chances to try to get back in the game and never could. Never could.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
When are we going to completely sell? I feel like all of us are just holding on to one little stock.
You're right.
For Trevor. At what point are we just going to give up on the guy?
We talk about all the money that, the college programs in this state are wasting on coaches and coaching buyouts. What about the money the Jaguars and the Dolphins have wasted on their quarterbacks? Because Tua is a shell of himself. The Miami Dolphins hit a new low under head coach Mike McDaniel yesterday. They get clobbered 31-6 by the pathetic Cleveland Browns. Remember when I said Florida State, you are Stanford during the pick segment last week?
Yes, well done, by the way.
Miami Dolphins, you are Cleveland. You are, in fact, you're much worse than Cleveland.
Yeah, when you say I wish I was the Browns, you have
Right.
problems.
Yeah. Dolphins season high 11 penalties. Tua threw another 3 interceptions, only passed for 100 yards in the wind and the rain. Tua, what kind of pass was this?
Tua from the pistol, throws to the outside, blasted, picked off. Campbell down the sideline. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown. Are they going to call it a score? It's a touchdown.
He almost threw another pick six, all right? That was right near the goal line, returned to like the 2-yard line, and then Judkins runs in for his 3rd touchdown on that pick by Tua. Miami, I'll tell you what, Mike McDaniel, Daniel said this on his show this morning. He's starting to worry about Mike McDaniel's like mental state because Mike McDaniel looks bumfuzzled. He looks addled. Here's him talking about his job security.
I find it very offensive to all parties involved. If I'm thinking about having the job, I need to be doing my job. So for as long as I coach for the Miami Dolphins in this organization, they'll get everything from me.
He's holding, when he was saying this, he's holding both sides of the lectern, like clenching
Good.
the
That's
lectern.
Isn't that what you want from your coach? You want them to live and die with the wins and losses like you do.
Well,
He's clearly bothered by it.
He
It
is.
doesn't seem like he's sleeping well. Now, the concern for Mike McDaniel, I do feel like some of that for anybody, and Mark's not the only one that feels that way. Some of that, there's a layer beneath that of knowing that he had alcohol issues in his past.
Mhm.
I think that's the only reason why people are saying that,
Mm.
because there's a history of alcoholism and he looks depressed. And when people who battle that fall into a state of depression, they're more susceptible to go back to those ways. I feel like that's making too large of a leap
I would
to
agree with-
assume
I would agree with
that he's got issues because he's losing. He seems bothered by losses. Good.
right.
Sometimes, what do we say about Billy Napier? Like, it was like the same ho-hum response every time. Mike McDaniel feels like he's losing sleep over this. Dolphins fans are losing sleep. They're losing their lunch over this. So I think it's refreshing to see how bothered he is. Here's a great way to get over your problems. Don't hire a therapist. Bench Tua. There you go. There's your answer.
Well, he sort of hinted at that in his post-game comments. Listen to him talking about some players who might need to go to the bench.
There's a lot of guys that will have an important work week because we're not. I mean, if you are negatively affecting the football team routinely, I don't have a choice but to, assess a different player.
Is he going to bench Tua?
I don't think so. The report came out today. This was 50 minutes ago. Mike McDaniel, Tua will remain the starting quarterback.
okay.
I think he just had media availability this afternoon and said that he's not benching him. I think he's talking about Jalen Waddle, but that's my guess. He had one catch for 15 yards He was alligator arming. We've seen that inside of the state already this year.
Right.
Some passes that went his way. He unfollowed a bunch of Dolphins players, the Dolphins team page.
He did.
It's petty childish
That
stuff. And then he
is
started
teenage stuff. Shame on him.
He's following Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors and the rumors out there that he's going to get traded to the Giants. And it sounds like that's what he wants to do. And then he goes out and has a horrible game. The leading receiver yesterday, do you know this off the top of your head? The leading receiver for the Dolphins? Anyone? How about D. Eskridge?
Oh, God.
I didn't know he was on the team.
Who?
Yeah. That's where we're at.
Jalen Waddle is unfollowing the Dolphins. The Rats are jumping off the ship, aren't they?
They are. Well, I don't blame Mike McDaniel for looking like a depressed hobo.
Wow. Those are your headlines and highlights.
Well done. Spoken like a true radio professional. Up next, our daily source of motivation and inspiration, plus a look at how Bianchi and I did in the Yingling six-pack and more in the college football world. Don't go anywhere.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. That's cash. Enter it now online at 969thegame.com.
Eustace Roofing has been the number one trusted roofing service in Central Florida for generations now. Honesty, quality, fair pricing, reliability. That's how they've been able to serve the Central Florida community for the past 60 years. And I'm so glad that within the last few, I've been able to hop on board and have Eustace Roofing on my side as well, because I just see firsthand how professionally buttoned up they are. The manager, Jason, he'll come out to every single site and make sure that everything was done exactly to their standard. It's unlike anything I've ever seen from a roofing company that usually just want to take your money and run. With a 4.9 Google rating and over 1,000 satisfied customer reviews, you will not find a roofing company more suitable for your home. Mention my name, Brandon Kravitz, when you call, and head to eustaceroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. Visit eustaceroofing.com.
Okay, fellas, let's be real. If your wife or girlfriend isn't herself lately, if she's tired, cranky, no interest in sex, you know it's not her fault. And if you're walking around foggy, low energy, low sex drive, it's not just you getting older. It's your hormones, both of you. That's why I want you to call Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. This is where couples go when they want to feel alive again. This isn't one of those cookie cutter clinics you see at the strip malls where they give you a testosterone shot in the butt and send you on your way. The difference is Dr. John Carrazella. He's an internationally acclaimed, Yale-trained doctor who gave up a successful career as an orthopedic surgeon to focus on hormone health. He's helped thousands of couples get their mojo back to feel sharp, sexy, and actually excited to be around each other again. And fellas, trust me, when she starts feeling better, everything changes for both of you. So stop toughing it out and start living again and do it together. Go to hormonesandwellness.com. That's hormonesandwellness.com for all the information. It's a gift that will truly last a lifetime.
Emergency crews that moved that accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound just past US 192 off to the shoulder. There's an accident on the Turnpike northbound just before Hancock Road off to the shoulder getting cleared up. A crash on John Young Parkway at Colonial Drive, and on the major roadways, traffic starting to slow down in some familiar areas. See traffic troubles, called the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Starbucks. The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks, handcrafted with their signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. PSL. Get it while it's hot or iced. Only at Starbucks.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
Yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
Out of data.
Or
No service here?
switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report, United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Crossing the finish line, nothing like it. But for the accident attorneys at Farah and Farah, one thrill beats them all.
It's the thrill of the win, lining up all the facts so the truth is clear. Yeah, we're built for that.
Farah and Farah, Orlando.
October baseball is here. The baseball postseason is in full swing, and BetOnline is your number one source to get closer to the action. From first pitch to the final out, BetOnline gives you more ways to play with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game wagering. Also catch every pro and college football game, cage fighting, and hockey futures all in one place. Lastly, don't miss their VIP program with level-up bonuses, cash boosts, and exclusive rewards. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
If you want no windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word WOW right now to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $600 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
It's Halloween season. And the free iHeartRadio app has everything you need to make it a streaming good time. Like Halloween Radio,
where we ghosted the commercials.
Trick or Treat Radio, just for the kids. Plus, explore curated Halloween playlists perfect for party vibes and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
Radio.
I've been telling you guys about Kevin Krager with LPT Realty, one of the top 25 producing agents in Central Florida, and he joins me now to chat about the latest in real estate. How do you help buyers and sellers compete and win in this market?
Very similar ways for both. I consider us to be in a buyer's market right now where prices are slowly sliding back to reality. And so I tell buyers, instead of coming in with like a super low offer to try and lowball a seller, let's give them what they're asking for, but let's ask for some concessions back. And we can use that money to buy down your rate, save, $150, $200 a month on your mortgage. And it's the same on the seller side. I tell them we have to price things appropriately. I'll tell you what to repair, what not to repair, but then I also set the expectation of we are in a buyer's market. So buyers are going to be asking for some of that money back to help them buy down the rate. As long as those expectations are set from the start, I think it's pretty easy to succeed in today's market.
When it comes to real estate, experience matters. Trust Kevin Krager to guide you right along. Search him by name on Facebook or call him 407-702-4635.
The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game.
This is Jonathan Isaac of the Orlando Magic. Way to rebound from that commercial break, guys. Now back to Bianchi and Kravitz.
Nobody rebounds like us, J.I. Couple of board getters over here. Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz, rolling right along on a Monday. AM 930 in Jacksonville is how you can find us there. FM 96.5 The Spear in Tallahassee, and home base right here in Orlando, Florida on FM 96.9 The Game. Streaming everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. It's time for our Coach Quote of the Day.
This is Jamal Mosley, head coach of the Orlando Magic, and this is your daily Coach Quote of the Day.
Our daily source of inspiration and motivation, and today's is about bitterness. Billy Napier or James Franklin may want to listen to this. The sooner one leaves bitterness, no, let me rephrase that. The sooner one removes the bitterness from their heart, the quicker they can relaunch their lives. When we carry bitterness, we carry a negative trait because it typically involves harboring resentment, anger, or grudges over the past or unfair experiences. It's not overly profound, but I do think that it's fitting given what we are seeing right now in the coaching landscape with Billy Napier being let go, James Franklin went on College Game Day this weekend.
So he's ready to coach.
So the $50 million. Could you imagine somebody saying, hey, we don't want you to work here. Here's $50 million. And you going, well, I can't wait to get back to working somewhere else. I mean, I get eventually getting bored and you have a passion and money is great, but you want a purpose in life. I get all of that. But the next day,
right?
I'd be in Bora Bora. I wouldn't be on College Game Day promoting myself for my next job. It's crazy. But there is obviously bitterness that comes along, even with the giant paycheck that you get for going out the door. And I think it is a good reminder for all of us out there, for those coaches, if they face that, for Mike McDaniel, who might get the axe soon in Miami, that it really doesn't get you anywhere to walk around with resentment and bitterness. I think it's okay for a day, maybe two, depending on how serious the situation is, but you have to find a way to strive to get rid of that in your life.
Right. One of my buddies, he said a quote this weekend that was profound. I don't know who it was from, maybe Plato or somebody like that. Holding a grudge is like killing yourself by getting stung by the same bee over and over again.
Oh, that's so much better than what I read.
Right.
That's yeah, and that's essentially what we're talking about here.
Right.
Is you hold on to it for too long. The only person you're actually hurting is yourself and those people that are close to you.
Right.
Yingling six-pack this week before we get to the highlights and headlines. The locks went 3-3. Free money, free stuff hit. Stanford plus 17.5. That was the easiest cover of your life. And Bianchi continues his hot streak. He was 6-0 last week, 5-1 against the spread with our six-pack this week. So you are 11-1 in your last 2 weeks. I went 2-4. Yuck. So you're now officially kicking my ass. 26-22 is your record. 21-27 is mine. Let's get to our college highlights and headlines.
Let's start with the Gators. They beat Mississippi State, but Billy Napier still loses his job. They were lucky to win that game against Mississippi State. I said before the game they shouldn't fire Billy Napier if they won the game, but they didn't deserve to win this game. They deserved to lose. I don't know why Mississippi State was passing it, but that's beside the point. Billy Napier lost his job on Sunday. I think he must have known, because here's Billy Napier responding to a question from Edgar Thompson, who we'll talk to momentarily, about his future at Florida.
Look, I would say that, I think I'm built for it. I'm made for it. You know, I chose the coaching profession. I was called to coach, and the good comes with the bad. You know, the bad comes with the good. So, and I do think that the game's about the players, and I'm proud of the players and the way they played. Never going to make everybody happy. You get these leadership positions, and you're in charge. These are the things that come with it, right? So, I love the game of football. I love the game.
He cracks. His voice starts breaking a little bit. You could tell he was getting emotional. Obviously, Billy Napier deserved to be fired. His tenure at Florida was a disaster, quite frankly, on the field. But I still feel bad for the guy. I do think he's a good guy. I do think he cares. I do think he, represented Florida the right way off the field. But again, hey, $20 million, bye-bye, Billy. So
the Gators have not always fielded players that you're proud of. There's been off the field issues that I think Gator fans have to consciously decide we're going to look past these things because we just want to watch football and enjoy it on Saturdays. And Billy Napier never brought any of that onto the program, or at least very little of it. If it seems like he ran a pretty good organization that just simply, when they got out onto the field on Saturday, they just weren't very good.
Right.
And I think as more I watch the Gators, the more I think we continue to overrate his recruiting classes. They're just not a very talented team.
Right. And DJ Lagway has not played well this year. Didn't play badly the other night, but we'll talk who, are they going to be able to get Lane Kiffin? That's the guy everybody seems to be targeting here, but we'll talk to Edgar about that. FSU loses again, their fourth straight loss, 20-13. They lose to Stanford on the last play of the game. Did the guy get in? Sawchuk, did he get in? Didn't he get in? It doesn't matter. They should have never been in that position against Stanford. They were 17.5-point favorites. They've lost, 9 straight ACC games?
That's the number.
Now, and here's Mike Norvell talking about whether he deserves to remain as Florida State's coach.
Pouring everything I have into this university with every bit of the work, the focus, the absolute edge and urgency to get this better. And at the end of the day, it's about the on-the-field results, and we've come up short, and we've not done anywhere near a good enough job. And be able to finish games and, to do things and for it to look the way that I want it to look. And that, I believe that what we're capable of.
All right. So that's Mike Norvell. FSU athletic director Michael Alford released a statement today saying they're not going to fire Mike Norvell now, but they're going to do a comprehensive review of the football program after the season. Translation, we don't have the money right now. We're going to have to save up our money if we're going to make a coaching change. That's what I took from that, Kravitz.
It very well could be that. I take it as the boosters haven't broken my door down yet, so I'm just going to hold off as long as I can. But you want a comprehensive research study? What's that ACC record at the end of the year? There's your comprehensive study.
Right. Yeah, $54 million buyout for Mike Norvell, $72 million counting his staff in buyout. That doesn't even include the players who are under some of them under multi-year contracts. Doesn't count another $100 million it's going to take to hire a new staff. They don't have the money, Kravitz. They just don't have the money. They're not as rich as Penn State.
Well,
that's what I think.
Okay, then here's an idea. Ready? Here's a wild thought. Keep your coach.
Right. That's what they're doing, at least for now. All right, the Miami Hurricanes lose their first game on Friday night. Carson Beck throws 4 interceptions. The first time he's ever done that in a game. Here's one of Carson Beck's interceptions, the last one, I believe, and then him throwing his receiver under the bus.
Beck waits for the ball. He is going to throw it. Gets it out. Oh, intercepted! Intercepted! Capers picked it off. The 4th interception thrown by Carson Beck.
We have a perfect play for it. We had a miscommunication with the route and what we were doing. So, just sort of ran the route wrong, and I went to go throw it because we're hot off of a pressure. And again, he made a good play on it. So, but it definitely didn't help that we ran the wrong play.
You've been taking lessons from Tua.
Yikes.
What's
in the water down there?
He's been taking lessons from Tua about how not to take accountability for your 4 interceptions.
Yeah, I know I threw 4, but one of them, let's focus on the one that I think might not have been my fault. I didn't realize that Mario Cristobal went onto the field and replaced his arm with Carson Beck. Interesting.
Right. By the way, Prodigy, I didn't hear from you Friday night. I mean, what happened?
Did your phone die? Are you okay?
Yeah, my phone died. Didn't have a charger that night. It was a rough night.
You didn't have a quarterback either.
Yeah.
Yeah, Louisville. I'll tell you what, Louisville's a pretty darn good team.
I really don't think that's that bad of a loss.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad that Carson Beck played that way, but when I'm watching Louisville going, No harm, no foul here. That's a
You
good
know
team.
who's a good coach? Jeff Brom is a good coach.
He is a good coach.
Yeah.
Put him on the list for
Right.
Florida.
I would. Why not? Hey, the only bright spot, the UCF Knights pound West Virginia over the weekend. Taven Jackson comes back from injuries, from an injury, throws 2 fourth-down touchdown passes, including this one.
On fourth down, snap to Taven. Jackson looks, Jackson throws downfield. It's a man there. Pass is going to be caught. Touchdown, UCF. Again, Dummerkamp. He's a touchdown machine this afternoon on fourth down and a 13-0 night lead.
Freshman receiver Chris Dommerkamp getting it done for UCF. That snaps a 6-game Big 12 losing streak. Even though it was West Virginia, that was a big win for UCF.
It was a win.
It keeps them in bowl eligibility mode.
It was an important win.
Right.
I think
Right.
might be the best way to describe it.
Okay. Important.
But I mean, West Virginia. Woo.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I thought Rich Rodriguez was going to throw his headset and quit mid-game. They can't complete the forward pass.
No.
And Taven Jackson, if he was just healthy the whole year, we could be looking at a different season.
Right. He's good. And those are your college highlights and headlines.
Coming up next, our own spin on the Napier news. We'll get to that at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. We're going to get Edgar Thompson's thoughts. We'll check in with Gator beat writer Edgar Thompson, insider thoughts, and what Billy Napier sounded like in his last media availability with the Florida Gators. Who's next? Also, all of that after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
You know, I've lived in Florida my entire life. In Florida, living means hauling your boat behind your truck, tackling the back roads, maybe hitting the beach with all that gear in the bed of your pickup. That's why you need a truck that can do it all. How about a 2026 Silverado 1500 from Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont? It's truck month, and you can get 2.9% APR for 72 months on a new Silverado. They've got over 60 in stock. There's a perfect fit for every driver, whether you're towing, working, or just showing off that new chrome. And as they celebrate 50 years in the business, you can trust Don Mealy Chevrolet, the truck experts who've been keeping Florida rolling since 1975. Stop by Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont today. Chevy, together. Let's drive.
When it's blazing outside and your AC is acting up, folks, that's not just a minor inconvenience. That is a full-blown crisis. That's why I trust Mills Air. They don't cut corners. They don't play games. They just deliver every single time. Think of them as the MVP of keeping your home nice and cool. Whether it's routine maintenance, fast repairs, or downright emergency, Mills Air is going to keep your home comfortable and energy efficient all season long. They've been doing that for Orlando homeowners and business owners since 1992. They've been my trusted resource for years and years now. Mills Air is also a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. What does that mean for you? It means they offer rebates up to $1,275 for a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always rely on the family-owned and operated Mills Air. Don't wait till the fourth quarter. Call Leon and the crew today. Schedule your appointment and tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. The number to call, 407-277-1159, and online at millsair.com.
QVC, shopping that surprises and delights. Today only, QVC is partnered with iHeartRadio for today's special value. This is for all my fellow homebodies out there who like to cuddle up on the couch or crawl in bed in a cozy hoodie. The Jill Martin Well Soft Hooded Lounger, the lowest price you're going to find on this, and it's the original lounger silhouette. Shop this deal right now at QVC.com/TSV. That's QVC.com/TSV.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop fall savings and get up to 40% off select appliances like Frigidaire. Get ready for a season of hosting with the Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven, the only oven that reaches 750 degrees for restaurant-quality pizza in as little as 2 minutes. Start making hosting easier with fall appliance savings today at the Home Depot. Only when using Stone-Baked Pizza mode. Offer valid October 2nd through October 22nd. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Live boxing is back at Caribe Royale Orlando on Saturday, November 1st. In the main event, undefeated former Cuban Olympian Lanier Perro takes on Britain's Jordan Thompson for the WBA Continental Heavyweight title. In the co-main event, U.S. Olympic bronze medalist and Orlando native Omari Jones fights Yusuf Metu, and Yelvis Gomez defends his WBA Continental Americas title against undefeated local favorite Antrevius Ingram. Tickets available at Ticketmaster or at CaribeRoyale.com/boxing.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef. This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give and receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo.
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart. No. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Out here, days are getting a little cooler, and mornings are starting with a few more layers. It's the season for more time at the grill, more feed for your animals. Heaters burn late into the night, and the woods start calling your name. We appreciate hard-working hands, shared moments, and love for our land. That's why season after season, we're here for your life out here. Tractor Supply.
Do you know what employees say is their number one perk at work? Extra PTO? Nope. Gym memberships? Guess again. It's free lunch. And what's the best way to order food for work? EasyCater, a food tool built for the modern workplace. With online ordering from a huge variety of restaurants for any group size, tools to meet dietary needs and stay on budget, employee meal programs, and more, all on one platform. So perk up your workplace with EasyCater. Order now at easycater.com.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage.
Happy Monday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And as we kick off the work week, we are going to be expecting temperatures to be right around typical levels for this time of year, with a high of around 85 degrees in Orlando. We'll stay mostly dry, but we can't rule out a couple of stray, very isolated and light showers. Only about a 10% chance of rain is expected. Another cold front arrives midweek, giving way to cooler temperatures by the end of the work week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest fall looks, all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at macysbackstage.com.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
I think I'm built for it. I'm made for it. You know, I chose the coaching profession. I was called to coach, and the good comes with the bad. You know, the bad comes with the good. So, and I do think that never going to make everybody happy. You get these leadership positions, and you're in charge. These are the things that come with it, right? So, I love the game of football. I love the game.
That was Billy Napier after the Mississippi State victory. He seemed to know he was going to be fired the next day, and he was. He was responding to a question from Edgar Thompson, who joins us right now, my colleague at the Orlando Sentinel. Check out all of his Gators coverage at orlandosentinel.com. Edgar, as Billy Napier's tenure obviously was a failure at Florida, but I still felt bad for the guy when he got fired. I like Billy Napier. I know you like him too.
These are never easy. I'll always go back to the Ron Zook firing. Here was a guy who was like the ultimate hard ass. I remember the story where he pulled Taylor Jacobs off the bench press where he had 335. He was struggling with his second rep. And Zook just knocks out like 4 reps, apparently, like hadn't even warmed up. So this guy was tough, and he got up and broke down, crying, if you recall.
Right.
Had to catch himself. Even more than Billy the other day, he got misty when he was talking about how much he loved the game. I mean, these are hard guys, man. I wouldn't get in front of Billy Napier for anything, right? I mean, run you right over. And they're humbled by this. It's a humbling profession. It chews guys up and spits them out. And Billy is the ultimate gentleman, respectful guy. I've become friends with his wife. She goes to my gym. She's as sweet as can be. They're good people. And it's sad to see this happen. But it's a results and production business. And they will be paid handsomely for their efforts, as they probably lead Gainesville sometime in the not so distant future. But it's a cruel business. Most people don't get this right. This will be my fifth firing, and my 7th coach is on the horizon if I make it there. You never know during these job searches because they're pretty intense.
So, all right. So, Edgar, Scott Strickland spoke today. I guess he had a press conference. How much pressure is there on Scott Strickland to go hire Lane Kiffin?
He's getting a third bite of the apple, which is a lot more than many ADs would receive. And he better make this one count. And I believe the only way that he's going to satisfy everyone is Lane Kiffin. Now, you get Marcus Freeman, which I think is kind of pie in the sky. I mean, you leave Notre Dame. I mean, Florida's great. It's not Notre Dame, period.
Right.
But he does seem to have some issues maybe with his ability to get certain guys in the transfer portal. Well, I'd loosen those restrictions and I'd keep Marcus Freeman if I were Notre Dame. Guy knows how to build a roster and a program clearly. Lane seems to me to the no-brainer choice. I do have concerns that he hasn't won championships other than one in 2017 at FAU. His big game record isn't great. I think he's now 0-8 against top 10 teams on the road after squandering a 9-point lead and losing to Georgia, giving up 17 unanswered in the 4th. But I'll say this, Kirby Smart, man, has shown this year, maybe more than any year, he knows how to win football games. I mean, Tennessee, Auburn, these are games they could have lost 3 games and they're instead unbeaten still. So Lane has, some growth to do, but he might be able to do that in Gainesville where he couldn't in Mississippi State. He's going to inherit a better brand, much better recruiting footprint. I mean, he's going to be 90 minutes from Jacksonville, 2 hours from Tampa and Orlando. He's not over in Oxford. He's not near anything like that. And he's going to be in a stadium that, even after they reduce capacity with this new renovation, is still going to dwarf Vaught Hemingway. And you sell the logo, as they pointed out. Everyone talked about the logo today. It's one of the most iconic and well-known worldwide, even, right? People are Gator gear in Europe. I mean, it's like, so I think it's a great fit. I mean, he's an offensive guy, number one offense in the SEC 2021, 2020, 2021, 2024, top 3 every year. Billy's 13th this year, 12th last year. The offense did Billy in the end. Lane would revive that, get these guys playing at a much higher level, much more competitively. Plus, he's a master in the portal, so he'd be able to replenish in this day and age. Whereas Dan Wetzel aptly pointed out, you're coaching a team more than you coach in a program anymore in 2025.
Talking to Edgar Thompson, Gators beat writer at OrlandoSentinel.com. What does this mean for DJ Lagway? He didn't exactly give the most resounding endorsement of his future, with Florida giving more of a "I'm a Gator right now" sort of answer today. What do you think his future at Florida is with this Napier news?
I mean, Kravitz is stirring it up. I don't know that his answer was that squishy. I'm kind of giving you a hard time, but
it wasn't that firm either, Edgar.
Well, what's he supposed to say? I'm here for a lot.
I'm not going anywhere. I ain't leaving.
Okay, well, Lane Kiffin might not want him.
Right.
That's a fair point.
I don't know that I would either.
He doesn't know, and someone was arguing with me last night that he's a bottom third SEC quarterback, which I think is a little ungenerous, but he's certainly in the top half right now. There's a lot of studs in the SEC, including Trinidad Chambliss, came from nowhere, and Lane has turned into a really elite player. So I don't know what Lane's going to want to do. I would not jettison DJ Lagway personally. I don't think the guy's been healthy probably the whole time he's been at Florida. He needs to address that in the offseason, whether it's a shoulder surgery, whether it's changing his training to keep his legs healthy. I don't know, but I think he can be an elite thrower of the football. And in that offense, with the way he designs it and simplifies things and creates, simple reads for quarterbacks. And I think that he could be amazing in this offense of Lane Kiffin's with Vernell Brown and Dallas Wilson. That is, if they get Lane Kiffin. And if it's Eli Drinkwitz, who seems to be kind of the backup potentially. But, I mean, we're acting like all these guys are just going to leave good situations. Lane Kiffin's making great money. His family settled in Oxford. Drinkwitz has signed a big extension this past summer. He's making $9 million now. You can pay Eli Drinkwitz $10-11 million. I mean, is he really worth that? I mean, this is where we're at. So I don't know. Florida might end up with somewhere not even thinking about. But if it is
Edgar, I'm going to make a prediction right now. If they're going to get Lane Kiffin, I think it's going to cost them 13 or 14 million. That's how
I was thinking 12. I was thinking 12, but okay, I'll go with you.
Right.
I'm not going to sit there and argue about $1 million or $2 million in today's college football world. When you're paying $20 million buyouts after a guy wins a game, or 49 after a guy has a bad stretch because he can't win big games. I mean, James Franklin would not be a bad hire at Florida. I'm not saying that's who I would think would excite fans, but he'd probably do a good job.
Edgar,
I mean, this guy did bring Saquon Barkley and Micah Parsons to Penn State. They'd be some nice guys to get.
Absolutely. Edgar Thompson, we always appreciate talking to you. Thank you for making time for us on a very, very busy Monday for you. We will talk to you next week, my friend.
Always. See you guys. Bye.
Edgar Thompson, never at a loss for words.
Your texts, your talkbacks. Hopefully you're not at a loss for words next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Hey, if you've been on the fence about selling your home, I get it. The market's been sort of crazy over the last year, but let me tell you something. Let me tell you what the Nickley Group told me, all right? They said, forget about the national headlines. Worry about what is going on in your zip code. And right here in Central Florida, homes are selling, and they are selling fast. Sellers with the right team are getting multiple offers, fast closings, and big equity checks, all right? The Nickley Group even has a cash offer option. No showings, close in 14 days, or list it and let them get you top dollar. Either way, you win. Nickley Group gets their sellers 6% more than the average. Again, they are the number one real estate team in Central Florida for a reason. For a guaranteed offer on your home, visit thenicklygroup.com. That's thenicklygroup.com. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
Hard Rock Bet is fully loaded this time of year. ALCS Game 7 tonight. 2 Monday Night Football games in the NBA starts tomorrow. Numbers don't lie. And on the Hard Rock Bet app, you can look for an edge. On the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub, you got to go and check this thing out. You can explore the latest betting trends, streaks, stats, and so much more to help guide your action on your next bet. Tonight's plays, I like the Lions minus the points and the ALCS under 7.5 runs scored. They've got boosted odds, live in-game bets. It's the easiest app on the planet. I'm in there every weekend tracking my plays. Jump in, ride along. The app is safe, slick, reliable, and updated to the second, and payouts are lightning quick. Download the app, and let's go cash some tickets together, my friends. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
On your ride this afternoon, you're going to start getting caught up in some familiar delays. There's congestion getting through the city, slowdowns between Dr. Phillips and through that amusement park area on I-4. Off-ramp backups piling up from I-4 eastbound to Florida's Turnpike. Look out for crews off to the shoulder on the Turnpike southbound near US 192, clearing up a crash. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Hurry! Mattress Firm's Upgrade Your Sleep sale ends soon. See their sleep experts today to find your perfect bed from their premium selection and save big on better rest. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
out of data?
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report, United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
There are only about 4,300 publicly traded companies on the U.S. Stock Exchange. But there are an estimated 33 million companies in the U.S. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. The average investor is missing out on over 99% of the investment opportunity that's happening in this beautiful country until now. True portfolio strength is found beyond the confines of the S&P 500, investing in promising companies before they go public. Private real estate, infrastructure, world-changing technologies. This is called the endowment model. The endowment model has historically outperformed the traditional model of just stocks and bonds. If you're an accredited investor and want more from your investments, it's time to think beyond just stocks and bonds. Call Trajan today, 407-204-0300. That's 407-204-0300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you better have a lawyer who understands the traffic rules for big trucks.
And a lawyer who can navigate the hundreds of laws that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Orlando.
I'm a beer fanatic, so I don't settle for anything less than the best. And the folks at Hourglass Brewing deliver quality, consistency, everything I'm looking for in a good beer. With that neighborhood charm at their 2 Orlando locations, Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery from the same one that cranks out Zoneheads 35 once per year. But it's more than that. They crank out the hits on the daily. 25-plus Hourglass beers on tap every single day. Stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wines, seltzers, ciders, something for everybody. Cozy up to the bar, get to know their friendly staff. Hourglass is a welcoming watering hole for the entire Orlando community, and they have a location right near downtown Orlando as well, on top of the one right around the corner from me in Longwood. This isn't mass-produced. This is craft. Fresh ingredients, local pride, and a taste that you can actually savor. So next time you need to unwind, skip the ordinary and raise a glass to the extraordinary. Raise a glass to Hourglass Brewing.
If you want your windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay, things people love.
Follow The Game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Get ready for the iHeartRadio album preview featuring Bon Jovi's Forever Legendary Edition. Featuring an exclusive interview with John Bon Jovi.
Hi, I'm John Bon Jovi, and I'm inviting you to iHeartRadio's album preview, all in celebration of Forever, the Legendary Edition.
Listen on the free iHeart apps, today's mix station, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Okay, here's the Mount Rushmore. Fudge Sundae has to be on there. That is the most classic.
Talking about a hot
Fudge Sundae.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit of brownie in there. A traditional cheesecake. We were talking New York style creme brulee. Okay,
Creme brulee is at the top of my list.
You're gonna torch the top of that thing, make it nice and crusty at the top, but in a good way. And then the fourth is the molten lava cake. Chili's really made this popular. That's where you kind of have the little, it's like a triangle brownie, and you poke the top of it, and then this hot fudge goes dripping down the side. Yeah. That's a house, isn't it?
That's a how. Those are all how. That's a much better Mount Rushmore of desserts than Mount Rushmore of sports movies.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR, HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Free never sounded so good.
This is Anthony Black with the Orlando Magic, and you're locked into Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Back in it, back at it. You can take us with you wherever you are with the iHeartRadio app. Make us your number 1 preset on the app, and you can even listen while you're in your car if you have one of those fancy Bluetooth dashes that they make out there these days. Quick update for you on Monday Night Football. Emeka Egbuka looked like he was not going to play. He might. He is a game time call in the Bucs-Lions game tonight. That one kicks off at 7 if you want to hear it over on our sister station.
You know what? We got a news flash. I think Rob Gronkowski has an announcement to make about Emeka.
Rob.
Wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka.
That's the latest on the injury report. 104.1 is where you can hear it if you want to listen to the game. Mike Evans is likely to play tonight, but he has not been officially confirmed. Levante David draws the questionable tag tonight. I still like the Lions. I think
I just noticed he got both names wrong. Emeka
Egbuka, but it was just the way he got the second one so much more wrong than the first one. That's great. I want Rob Gronkowski to do, you know, those sports updates I used to do in the morning at 8:00. That's where the giant slalom came from. I want to hear Rob Gronkowski. Thank you, Jaden. That you have on the ready. That's great. He's got that.
He's right on that one.
On the back pocket. All right, more Game On the way. Right now, we're going to kick things over to the talented folks at Fox Sports Radio. Get you the latest in sports. Back in 60.
Just don't ask him for a Mount Rushmore sound effect.
Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Broadcasting live in Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, the premier sports talk radio show in the state of Florida. You can light us up all the way throughout 50857 on the Mills Air text line. We'll take your talkbacks as well. Enter the Rage Cage and let us know what has y'all fired up today on a
Seems
Monday.
like there'd be a lot of people who wanted to rage today.
I would think
Knowles
so.
fans, Gator fans, Miami Dolphins fans, Miami Hurricanes fans. Why aren't people raging?
Well, I don't know that they're not. I haven't checked the talkback line yet, but I imagine they are not. I mean, I just got the confirmation they are not raging. But maybe it's maybe fans in this state have been beaten down so much over the years. They're not even mad anymore. They're just defeated.
By the way, poor UCF as well. They win, they blow out West Virginia, and they're like pushed to the back burner so we can discuss all the misery in the state of Florida.
Yeah, it's true. Misery. The misery is more entertaining.
Well, when you have firings and near firings, that's the news. So.
Unfortunately, that is the case, and it's not like UCF had this monster win. It was a bad West Virginia team.
No,
a couple of
you just because you picked against them, you're trying to minimize the.
Well, hey, listen, I did have West Virginia's team total under as one of my locks that came through. So UCF did me a solid this weekend. We're in good standing now. In the Yingling 6-pack, I did take West Virginia to cover the spreads. I'm a little upset about that. But a couple of texts before I get to our lead story, which I think all of you can guess what that is. Somebody said earlier, this was the first text we got today. You guys say that holding a grudge gets you nowhere, but the greatest in sports are known to be highly resentful as a motivating tool. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, he references Tom Brady as well after everybody had passed on him in the draft. I think that if you're able to take that bitterness and resentment and turn it into nitro fuel for yourself, then yes, but most people are not able to do that, or they just don't allow themselves to do that. And it turns into more of a net negative than a net positive. If you don't change your perspective on it, I'm going to use this to fuel me, and you're just bitter, that isn't going to do you any good. That's the point we were trying to get
instead
across.
of I got wronged and I'm a loser now. And here's why I'm a loser, because this guy did this to me like 10 years ago.
Or the people that walk around and go, I can't do anything right because I have bad luck. Like, get out of here with that. Okay. You have to take some ownership. And somebody else said, why isn't James Franklin talked about as the next Florida coach? Well, we might just talk about that right now.
Well,
so we'll
Edgar
hold on
Thompson
that.
just mentioned him. I think he is. I think he's being discussed.
Absolutely. Somebody said, have you heard the rumors of UF getting Mike Norvell? As an FSU fan, I'd be glad if that happened. Ouch. So here's the story. The move that was expected was officially made on Sunday. Billy Napier has been removed from his post as the coach of the Florida Gators. And Sync chiming in on that one as well. The home crowd turned on Napier after the win and booed him as he sprinted off of the field. Very classy Gator fans, by the way.
Yeah.
The decision had already been made. There was no reason to pile on at that point. Strickland had seen enough. He pulled the plug, and he did it because Napier had no success at Florida. 22-23 in 4 seasons. He was 12-16 in SEC play, 5-17 against ranked opponents, 0-14 away from home in those particular situations, and he declined to give up his play calling, which was awful. Just ask Mike Hugan, and we will in an hour and a half.
And Scott Strickland mentioned that today during his press conference. I think somebody asked him essentially, why didn't you force Billy Napier to hire an offensive coordinator after last season? And Scott Strickland said, and I'm paraphrasing, it's my philosophy that when you hire a coach, you let him run his program the way he sees fit. And, if essentially he said, listen, if I would have told him to hire an offensive coordinator and the offense still was bad, then he's not accountable. I am.
Right.
So
Scott Strickland said, I want it to be his fault.
Yeah, you've got to let your head coach make the decisions and then hold him accountable for those decisions.
That is what good leaders do.
Right.
You put people in positions to make decisions. you should let them make those decisions, and then you have to see how the chips fall. 3-12 versus rivals as well. FSU, Georgia, LSU, Miami, if you count them, and Tennessee. 3-12 in those games.
I think the more interesting story is Mike Norvell. We knew Billy Napier was going to get fired.
I already had it penciled in that this was our top story at 4:00 on Monday, on about Thursday of last week.
Right.
So it was somebody texted me today and said, "Are you surprised?" I'm like, I don't think I've ever been less surprised by anything as far as Billy Napier being let go, but you do juxtapose that with the Mike Norvell news. FSU saying we'd love to get rid of him. We just need to find some coins in the couch cushion first. The Noles have lost 9 consecutive ACC games. AD Michael Alford says that the school is fully committed to Mike Norvell this season and will have a comprehensive assessment of the program at the conclusion of the season. His buyout is more than double the size of what Billy Napier's
$54 million.
And here's the other thing. Billy Napier never had success at Florida. Mike Norvell still gets to hang his hat on the success of 2 seasons ago. That did happen.
He had 2 good seasons. He had the 10-win season, and then he followed that up with the 13-0.
Right. Okay. So he had one phenomenal season and one really good season. Napier never had a really good season.
No.
So when you add that on top of the buyout, and then if you want a third layer, FSU not having money, it does explain that, you're not just going to fire this guy in the middle of the season. They're off this week. If they lose to Wake Forest in the following game, I do think some pressure is going to be put on Florida State.
We said that about this week, too. We said that, after they lost to Pitt. And then we said, well, what if they lose to Stanford? Then it was like, oh, he's going to get it then. Well, now you're saying he's going to get it. He's not going to get it this season.
I mean, you'd have to pull the clip. We say a lot of things, but I believe my stance on the Stanford loss before we actually saw it happen was that he was going to be viewed as a coach on the hot seat at that point, not that he would be fired after losing to Stanford. And that's exactly what's happening. We are now talking. Let's say, okay, Billy Napier, you're done. We're on to the next one.
Right.
Mike Norvell is being discussed as, okay, now we have you under a magnifying glass. What does the rest of your season look like? And we're going to judge every single game as a potential firing opportunity because of the loss to Stanford.
Well, I don't think they're going to. They said they're not going to fire him this year. That's what the statement said. We're committed to him through this season.
But that's easier said than done. If they haven't won an ACC game in their last 9 tries.
They lost to Stanford. Losing to Wake Forest is no worse than that. Losing to Wake Forest is no worse than losing to Stanford. So they're not going to fire him after Wake Forest. They're going to wait until after the end of the season. Try to raise some money. If it still goes bad, they're going to raise some money and then then fire him if they can raise the money. It's not just the $54 million buyout. His coaching staff is committed for. If you add Norvell and his coaching staff, that's $72 million. There's players who are on multi-year contracts that maybe the next coach doesn't want. Added another $10 million there. I'm just throwing figures out there. That's $82 million. How much is it going to cost to hire a new staff? About $100 million in today's marketplace. They don't have that money.
But I don't know this. I'm just telling you what I think is going on in Tallahassee, that the big donors have not called Alford yet and said, we need to talk, like they did with Scott Strickland.
I don't think that's it at all. I think I think Alford and the big donors have talked, and Alford's like, we need $72 million, and the big donors are like, well, we can probably raise 10. I think that's what's going on.
10? Really?
Whatever. I'm just making a figure up, but
well, it's like, at what point does the pressure become so intense that the decision's already made? Whether
you still have to come up with the money. I mean,
but at the end of the season, aren't they still gonna? It's not like the buyout drops precipitously.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. To me, this just shows one thing: Penn State has a lot more money than Florida State has. Penn State has a lot.
So you think if FSU was just flushed with cash, the decision would already be made?
Absolutely, no question in my mind. No
I still
question.
think that part of the reason they're hanging on to him is because of the success of the last of years prior.
Part of the reason they're hanging on to him is because Michael Alford, the AD's the guy who signed him to this stupid extension.
Well, yeah, these coaches married to their ADs because of their bad decisions too. Up next, round one of Champs and Chumps. Who are the ultimate winners and losers from the weekend from us? Find out after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, credit. That's credit. Enter it now online at 969thegame.com.
Been telling you guys about Eustace Roofing for the last couple of months now, the number one trusted roofing service in this area of Central Florida. And they can help you in a variety of ways. Quick repairs from storm damage, a full roof replacement. If you have not looked into the benefits, the long-term benefits of a metal roof, I highly suggest you do that. If you call the folks at Eustace Roofing, they'll tell you all about it. They are as credible as they come. They're not just trying to reach their hand into your pocket. They want to do a great job, and they do a great job at every turn. That's why they have a 4.9 Google rating and over 1,000 satisfied customer reviews. Mention my name, Brandon Kravitz, when you call and head to eustaceroofing.com in order to schedule that free estimate. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. Visit eustaceroofing.com.
Okay, fellas, let's be real. If your wife or girlfriend isn't herself lately, if she's tired, cranky, no interest in sex, you know it's not her fault. And if you're walking around foggy, low energy, low sex drive, it's not just you getting older. It's your hormones. Both of you. That's why I want you to call Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. This is where couples go when they want to feel alive again. This isn't one of those cookie cutter clinics you see at the strip malls where they give you a testosterone shot in the butt and send you on your way. The difference is Dr. John Carrazella. He's an internationally acclaimed Yale-trained doctor who gave up a successful career as an orthopedic surgeon to focus on hormone health. He's helped thousands of couples get their mojo back to feel sharp, sexy, and actually excited to be around each other again. And fellas, trust me, when she starts feeling better, everything changes for both of you. So stop toughing it out and start living again and do it together. Go to hormonesandwellness.com. That's hormonesandwellness.com for all the information. It's a gift that will truly last a lifetime.
The right turn lane's blocked northbound on Orlando Avenue before South Street. That's slowing things down. On the major roadways, you're going to get caught up in some familiar delays. There's slowdowns starting to pile up through the city. Off-ramp back up from I-4 eastbound to Florida's Turnpike. Slowdowns on I-4 westbound getting through that World Drive area. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Dead car battery? The experts at Batteries Plus will have you in and out fast. Replacements usually take about 20 minutes. No appointment needed. Want to extend the life of your car battery too? Ask about their premier installation. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give and receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's always a great feeling seeing a fellow Knoll on the road. Show your spirit with the Florida State University Specialty License Plate. Visit your local tax collector's office and get yours today with a $25 rebate for first-time buyers. Let's pave the streets with garnet and gold. Go Knowles!
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and don't know what to do. You know who to call. Farah and Farah. Orlando.
If you want your windows there and ways, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
This week at Macy's, it's the best time to save on fall styles at our biggest fall sale. Find the classic brown boots and preppy Mary jeans that everyone's wearing, plus woven tops and more light layers. Even better, it's our lowest prices of the season on diamond jewelry, now 50 to 75% off, over half off. Don't miss your chance to save big on the looks you need now at Macy's biggest fall sale today. Savings off select styles, exclusions apply.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
I'm Richard Parks III. I'm Wes Avila, and we are on a quest to make the best baseball podcast of all time. Dodger Blue Dream.
Imagine a world where the boys in blue go back-to-back in 2025.
That's the dream.
Rings, baby.
Listen to Dodger Blue Dream on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Dodger Blue Dream and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
This is the beat of sports.
Here's the problem now that Florida's got, and you can say it's been the problem for a couple of years. It's hard to think that it gets better. Like, hey, it looks like it may be another year where the record is X, but, and it gets harder to hear Billy Napier after the football game, who knows the questions that are coming, who has no choice but to give the answers that he gave about I see progress and DJ this, and it doesn't resonate. 4-8 is very possible for Florida, and I don't think you can sell that to your fan base and your money donors. And that quarterback, I think, left that field on Saturday wondering, where will I be playing football next year? Because I'm not quite sure it's going to be here. There is going to be enough interest of people in college football that will think, when healthy, he's really good, and imagine him in our system.
Beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game. Orlando's sports leader. Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app. No filters, no favorites, just facts. Let's find out who showed up and who showed out. It's time for Champ or Chump.
Champs and Chumps brought to you by Hourglass Brewing. We'll be out there for our next happy hour on Thursday in the Longwood location, my neck of the woods. If you head there today, $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers starting 20 minutes ago up until 6 p.m. They have 25 plus Hourglass beers on tap. This place is so good. They don't miss. And if you want some food while you're there as well, you can check out Papa B's Wings right next door, famous wing stop that is that's right there next to Hourglass Brewing in Longwood. Champs and Chumps. I don't know if this is going to be your champ. We're due to do one champ, one chump apiece here, and then we're going to empty the tank in the 5 o'clock hour. Feel free to text in yours at 50857. My champ goes back to Friday night. Shohei Ohtani. Oh, this man is not human. 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs.
Incredible.
In the same game. To do that in any game, even if it was spring training, would be unbelievable. at a major league level. To do that in a game where it sends your team to the World Series, I don't think it's hyperbole to say that is the single greatest performance in the very long history of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, again, I don't know what happened in the 20s and the 30s, but yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying this as a baseball historian. I'm saying it's got to be the greatest performance from an individual. He beat another team by himself.
Yeah.
He struck them out 10 times and hit 3 home runs, and that's all they needed to win the game. That's incredible. And that's kind of stuff happens at the little league level. It might happen a couple of times at the high school and college level. This doesn't happen in Major League Baseball. It is absolutely unbelievable. We are witnessing history right in front of us. Shohei Ohtani, I bow to you. To have it, this guy makes like $100 million a year. To have him be worth every penny it's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's probably going to go down as the greatest baseball player in modern day history. Maybe the greatest baseball player of all time.
It's 70 a year, but I'm sure with endorsements he's up to 100.
Right.
But yeah, to me, he's already the greatest player that's ever played the game.
Plus, he needs to make all that because he's got to pay off his former interpreter's gambling debts.
He's got plenty of money to pay that off.
My champ goes. It's a lifetime champ because we got the sad news over the weekend that Doug Martin, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back, the man known as the muscle hamster back in the day, passed away. He was only 36 years old. I guess he passed away while in custody. There was some sort of break-in. I don't know, what transpired and how he passed away. I just know that as a short, stocky guy myself, I used to idolize Doug Martin. Just the way he ran, the way he played the game. We talk about Cam Scattaboo now and the way he plays the game. Doug Martin was a stud, man. He was a little stud. It's what he was.
He only gave you a couple of really good seasons, but they were phenomenal. And I don't know, Bucs fan out there whose heart isn't broken today with the news of Doug Martin.
I didn't even. I mean, you say a couple of good seasons. His rookie year,
he was good right away.
1,454 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns, caught 49 passes for 472 yards. That was as a rookie. And then the next year, he had an even better year. And then I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he got hurt, but yeah, you're right. He had he was like a meteorite. He flashed across the sky.
Yeah, the Bucs have had a couple of guys like that. You remember Cadillac Williams?
Right.
It's kind of the same thing. He was good right away.
And he got hurt.
He got hurt, and then that was kind of the last that you saw of him. My chump is Tua. He was the donkey of the week all week in the NFL because of the comments he made at the podium last week. Then he apologizes. All is good. Kumbaya in Miami. They go to Cleveland where the weather is supposed to be horrendous. The weather wasn't that bad. It wasn't good.
Bad.
It wasn't good, but it wasn't as bad
Right.
as it was being reported that there's going to be these whipping winds and sideways rain and all of that. It wasn't good, but it wasn't as bad as we thought. Still didn't stop Tua from being terrible. He was throwing so many interceptions that even the studio update guy for CBS couldn't keep up with it.
We got an update. Adam Shine.
Him and Tony when it rains, it pours for the Dolphins. This right here is Tua Tagovailoa's second pick of the game. Let's put Sean jump into the third touchdown of the game. And literally as we speak, Tua threw another pick. 31-6 Browns. Thanks, Miami. Back to you.
Wow.
Yeah. As the guy, Adam Shine with CBS, is reporting on an interception that happened moments ago from Tua, he is watching out of the corner of his eye Tua throw another interception to the Cleveland Browns. And now it is Tua and Geno Smith tied for the most INTs on the season with 10.
Wow. My chump, I mean, that's a good one. But my chump, and you made reference to this earlier, goes to the many fans, not the entire stadium, but the many fans who booed Billy Napier off the field on Saturday, booed him, chanted fire Billy. He's got his family out there. He's got his kids out there. He knows it's his final game. He's out there trying to, he's emotional himself. He's out there standing on the field, taking it all in with his family, and these fans are chanting fire Billy and booing him. What sort of people? The humanity of the people who would do that. And I realize probably alcohol's involved and they're all drunked up and all of this stuff, but have some class.
I think it's I mean,
that's pathetic.
That's crazy.
That's pathetic.
I think it's less to do with alcohol and more to do with sheep mentality. I think that, let's say that was 300 people. I think 5 of them started it. 5 of them are genuinely bad people.
They're a-holes.
Just have, they're those people, the people that you see yelling at the clerk at Publix,
right.
like those people. And then everybody else just goes, oh, I want to be like the crowd. And
right.
They just start chanting along, even though they're not bad people. They're sheep and they're following along. I think it's pathetic. I think Gator fans for this weekend, but they're fans all across sports, and sometimes I think forget who they're actually cheering for.
Hey, Lane Kiffin, you want to come to Gainesville and
we'll boo you and your family off the field
and be a part of that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good God.
Up next, we want to hear. No, that's not what's next. Up next, the real movers and shakers, what they're saying about the games this past weekend, mic'd up on a Monday. Coming up right after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Hey, you home buyers out there, guess what? Mortgage rates are actually coming down and inventory is going up. And the Nickley Group is helping buyers save an average of $24,000 by negotiating rate buydowns, seller concessions, and the Hometown Heroes program, which is awesome. They give first responders, teachers, nurses. You can save up to $25,000 in down payment in closing costs. And when you buy through the Nickley Group, you're not just getting a house. I've told you, you're getting a team, free moving truck, free moving boxes, free home warranty, and more. Download their free buyer's guide at thenickley.com. That's thenickley.com. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
Right now, when you buy more carpet at the Home Depot, you save more. During our Buy More, Save More event going on now. Upgrade your carpeting with top brands, then let us install it for you with prices starting at just 49 cents per square foot. Select from a wide assortment of carpet to fit your room, lifestyle, and budget during the Buy More, Save More event at the Home Depot. Offer valid October 16th through November 2nd, 2025. Base price for standard installations only. Excludes Traffic Master and stock carpet. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
Sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
out of data?
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report, United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Welcome to Embers Only on iHeartRadio Orlando, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Step inside the luxury cigar lifestyle with our Cigar of the Week. And this week's Cigar of the Week is a legendary smoke over at Corona. It's the Corona Dominican Selection Natural Robusto. Here's why. A lot of cigar factories out there trying to make big, huge, bold cigars to make a statement for their brand. The guys over at Corona built a beautiful, mild, buttery, creamy cigar so you can enjoy it every single day. Very approachable, very rich, and this is why it's one of their favorite cigars. Grab a box today because you can't beat this price. $79.95 a box. That's 38% off retail, usually going for $130. This is a great smoke. You're going to love it. It's the Corona Dominican Selection Natural Robusto, and it is your Cigar of the Week. Thanks so much for joining us for Embers Only. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Downtown, Heathrow, Sand Lake, Sarasota, Tampa, and always online at coronacigar.com.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends November 1st. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Betting exchanges have become the new craze in sports betting, and there is no one on the internet that does it better than Better Edge. So transparent, so honest, so user-friendly. Better Edge gives you that little extra advantage that you need. I've said it many times. I've bet on sports for a while. I did not start making money consistently until I started using Better Edge. I also share competitions every Friday that we can dive into together as well. My Beat Brandon Challenge. Sign up for the first time, get $20 on the house. Just use the promo code BeatBrandon when you sign up at betteredge.com or on the Better Edge app.
Eustace Roofing. New roof, no mess.
Catch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app, sponsored by First Horizon Bank.
Published reports say former NFL running back Doug Martin died while in the custody of Oakland police over the weekend. He was 36. UCF football appears to be back on track, snapping a 3-game skid with a rout of West Virginia. The Knights are now on their bye week. Florida State AD Michael Alford says football coach Mike Norvell's job is safe through at least the end of the season. The Noles have lost 4 straight. I'm Seth Everett.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz. Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
Orlando's new home for Florida State football is AM 810 Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Hear every game live on AM 810 or search Fox Sports Radio Orlando on the free iHeartRadio app. Coaches, players, GMs, everyone's got an opinion these days. Let's hear from the biggest names in the game. It's time for Mic'd Up.
Mic'd Up brought to you by Adventure Boat Share. Unlimited hassle-free boating without having to own a boat. It's awesome. You just show up at the docks and that boat is waiting for you. One monthly fee. Check them out, adventureboatshare.com. All right,
I had that feeling while we were in commercial break that I was forgetting to do something, and now I just realized what it was.
What?
You are frozen on my screen. You're just kind of sitting there like,
I'm frozen?
yeah, you kind of look like a statue.
Hmm.
So I don't know what's going on with that, but that's I meant to tell you that, not on the air, and here we are. Go ahead.
All right, let's start our Mic'd Up segment. Obviously, the Dolphins just get pounded by the equally, actually not as pathetic Cleveland Browns, 31-6 yesterday. The Dolphins fall to 1-6. Here's Coach Mike McDaniel asked about his job security.
I find it very offensive to all parties involved. If I'm thinking about having the job, I need to be doing my job. So for as long as I coach for the Miami Dolphins in this organization, they'll get everything from me.
They'll get everything from me, which right now isn't a lot. I think his team is checked out on him. I'm not saying that he'll be fired this week, but obviously the Dolphins are they the worst team in the league now? Or are the Titans still the worst team?
No, the Titans are definitely worse.
Okay,
the Dolphins are really bad, though.
Yeah.
They're down there.
Yeah, and, what do you do with Mike McDaniel? Do you just let him coach out the string and then fire him after the season? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they should do. I mean, if you continue to have performances like this against Cleveland, then okay. But the team, I completely disagree with what you said that the team is checked out on him. They look checked out on Sunday, but I don't think they haven't checked out on the season. When's the last time before Sunday you feel like the Dolphins didn't compete? They're playing some teams that you feel like they should be beating at times, like the Panthers or whatever, but they were competitive against the Chargers, competitive against the Panthers. They beat the Jets. They were competitive with the Bills.
Okay, but losing has an aggregate effect, all right? And now they've just gotten pounded by one of the worst teams in the league with Dylan Gabriel, a rookie, quarterbacking them. And, yeah, I think they've checked out now.
But have they checked out on him, or have they checked out on their quarterback that threw the whole team under the bus? Last week.
They've checked out.
Well, it's not whatever, because they need to make a decision internally of whose fault is it? Which leader should take the biggest fall here?
Does it really matter, though? I mean, the fact of the matter is this is going to be this entire leadership group's last season. Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel are going to be fired.
Well, it's true. I mean, really, that's where, if we had to say you have one pitchfork that you could stick into someone, it would be Chris Greer, because the roster is terrible.
Okay.
They've overpaid for guys that aren't delivering, and then the rest of the depth, the cheap depth that every team in the NFL has to have if you want to be good, they're not. They have a bad O-line, D-line, receivers, secondary, quarterback.
Yeah.
It's all bad. The only good player on the team right now, week after week, is Devon Achane. The end.
Yeah. All right, let's go to my Jaguars. They looked as bad as the Dolphins did. They get absolutely annihilated by the L.A. Rams. 5 touchdown passes by Matt Stafford. Here's Liam Cohen, the head coach, after the game.
It's definitely frustrating, but you just like everybody else in there, you got to look inward first. Like, what am I doing as the head football coach that's not clear right now? How am I communicating these things? How are we practicing these things? That's what I've got to look at, right? I mean, I've got to look at the whole thing ultimately, but not going to stand up here and blame these players. It starts with me.
I think it's clear. I think it's clear right now. Liam Cohen was brought in to save Trevor Lawrence, salvage, to make this offense better. The offense is the problem on this team, all right? The offense is the problem. We talked about the waste of money on Tua. How about the waste of money on Trevor Lawrence? He's not good. I said it last year. I will reiterate it now. He's just a guy. He's just a guy. He would be a great backup quarterback for somebody.
He's actually, he's kind of been worse than a guy. He is right now, if you go by total QBR, which I'm going to be honest, I don't know how they get to this stat, but this is a quarterback efficiency rating.
Right.
He is 28th in the NFL. He ranks right above Geno Smith, who we've all decided is terrible.
Right.
He ranks right above Jake Browning, who got benched for Joe Flacco. That's where Trevor Lawrence is in terms of a quarterback rating. He has been bad, and yet I still feel like there's good out there to be had with him.
What?
To me,
of course, you were saying that about Tua at the beginning of the season.
Well, I'm not necessarily known for my quarterback evaluations, okay? I had some misses in the past. I had some hits, but I've had a lot of misses. And Trevor Lawrence, I think the good looks so good still. There's just so much bad that he sprinkles in to his games.
Just inaccurate.
He's inconsistent.
Not precise on his pass. Even the easy pass.
He doesn't do the easy well. To me, he's like a professional version of DJ Lagway. DJ Lagway, when it looks good, oh my God, it just jumps off the screen. He oozes talent. Trevor Lawrence is the same thing to me.
Yes.
And yet he can't do the simple things well.
Yeah. And very few times does he, look really good. Very few.
It's becoming more few and far between. But this could be it. If he continues to play like this, that they're going to have to figure something out going into next season.
Scott Frost, whose team snapped a 6-game Big 12 losing streak, had this to say about what the blowout win over West Virginia means to the team.
This one was really important. Just, we had our chances in the last 3, and I think if we would have played our best, there's a chance we could have got 1 or 2 or more of them, but we didn't, and that's part of growing up as a football team. But we needed to get back on the right track with some momentum, especially going into Miami.
I said this before the game. I agree with Scott Frost's optimism on this team. The defense has played really well all year, among the top 20 defenses in the country. When the offense has Taven Jackson in there, they can move the ball. I think UCF right now, I think they're going to make a bowl game. And that's, to me, that was the sort of the standard of what I thought a good season would be for them in Scott Frost's first year. I think
maybe get a big win under your belt. They don't really have that yet because they've now beaten, outside of the Humpties they played, they have a win against North Carolina. They look like the worst.
Belichick.
I mean, it's nice that you can say that.
Right, I agree.
It'll be like me claiming that I beat up Bill Belichick.
Right.
Like, how impressive is that really? West Virginia is awful.
They only have one. They only have one team on their schedule that they're going to be favored against, and that would be Oklahoma State at the end, right at the end of the year.
So you have to win that game, and then they have to beat a team that they're not supposed to beat. And it would be even better if it was one of those ranked Big 12 teams like BYU or Texas Tech.
Right.
Texas Tech took a big blow this weekend, by the way.
Probably going to be Baylor. They play. I think they have Baylor left as well. Is that their next
that's
game?
next. That's the week after this weekend.
Right.
It's a slow weekend for us in the state.
Yeah.
We're going to have to come up with some different 6-pack picks.
All right, here's Miami quarterback Carson Beck, who threw 4 picks in the loss to Louisville Friday night. Here's his last pick, and then him throwing his tight end under the bus after the pick.
Beck waits for the ball. He is going to throw it. Gets it out. Oh, intercepted! Intercepted! Capers picked it off. The 4th interception thrown by Carson Beck.
We have a perfect play for it. We had a miscommunication with the route and what we were doing. So, just sort of ran the route wrong, and I went to go throw it because we're hot off of a pressure. And again, he made a good play on it. So, but it definitely didn't help that we ran the wrong play.
There it is. Leadership personified right there.
Well done. Something in the water in Miami with that one. And they didn't run the ball well in that game either. It's 63 yards for a team that's been really good in terms of their run game.
How smart does Kirby Smart look by saying, bye-bye, Carson, we'll just go with Gunnar Stockton instead? Huh?
I mean, up until this past weekend, not so smart.
Although Gunnar Stockton's played pretty damn well this year.
But in terms of, this is not an anti-Gunnar Stockton thing. He's fine. But Carson Beck has looked like a Heisman candidate. He's been a Heisman candidate up until this weekend, and he had a meltdown. That was old Carson. That was last season. The guy, I think, led the SEC in interceptions, and now with a 4 interception game, he has 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. DJ Lagway has 9 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. They're not that different in terms of their statistics. It's crazy what one bad game will do for the overall outlook of what he is right now for the Miami Hurricanes.
And that is mic'd up.
But credit to Louisville. That's a really good football team. I don't think that's a bad loss. They're now ranked 19th in the country. Up next, we want to hear from you. Hit us up on the iHeartRadio talkback. Enter the Rage Cage and also text in 50857. Back with your thoughts after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Let me ask you something. When you imagine your retirement, what do you see? Just like every player has a different role on a team, every retirement goal is unique. That's where Trajan Wealth comes in. They're